Nice and early, 6:15 this morning. I love this time of morning. Great time of morning to work a horse. I love it. So we're gonna go kick him into the round pen and get to work. What up, Pearl Snap? Hey, Rowdy. Come here, Rowdy. Come here. Hey, Rowdy, come over here. Sit up. There you go. There you go. No. No. Stay up. Come here. Good girl, Rowdy. Good girl, Rowdy. Oh, boy. This is Rowdy. We don't know what she is. She's definitely a dog. Rowdy was supposedly supposed to be a Schnauzer pit bull cross. Well, I don't see a whole lot of pit bull in that. Come here, Rowdy. Round pen, Rowdy. What are you doing? What are you doing, Rowdy? What are you doing, Rowdy? Oh, yeah. All right. You guys better get out of here before Pearl Snap stomps you. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Come on. Come on. Now he's in the classroom. Class is now in session. All right, so it's our first morning of working with Pearl Snap. Well, I mean, our second morning. Yesterday we worked with him off of Rico once for about 45 minutes. Got some good things going. Today, bright and early before work, I'm gonna take him and work him, and we're gonna work him on foot this time. I just do it different all the time. I mean, I'm not gonna just stick to one way of working a horse. I got to work him eventually on foot anyway, so I didn't want to have to deal with saddling my horse this morning. So I figured we'll just take the opportunity to come in here and let him get used to me, let him get used to seeing me on foot. And he's doing good, man. He's paying attention right away. I mean, I haven't even started working him yet, but what I'm doing here is I want to establish a little bit of leadership. When you put two horses together in a pen for the first time, or even just a group of horses, you know that one horse, you've always got that lead horse that's kind of always just pushing somebody around, just to push them around. Like that horse will just be standing there minding its own business, and then that lead mare will just walk up to him and be like, "Now get over there," and then they'll just walk away and not even pay attention to that horse. And all of a sudden, they're just like, "The heck are you looking at? What are you looking at? Get over there when I told you to get over there." They're just kind of ornery, but they're establishing some leadership. Um, they're making that other horse move its feet. And so that's what I'm doing. My whole goal here, I don't want this horse yet. We don't want him running around the round pen losing his mind. We really want this horse to have an open mind. And the way that they can have an open mind is by being nice and calm. So that's my goal. I mean, my goal is to not get this horse in a trot. My goal is to do everything I want to do this morning in about 20 minutes and do it all at a walk. And so I'm just going to make sure my posture is just chill. I'm not going to be up and at him like this, like, "Hey, where are you going?" My posture is going to be pretty chill. My lunge whip's going to be kind of down. But then I'm just going to say, "Hey, I know you're going that way, but I'm going to open the door. I need you to move over there." And kind of let him be, see if he'll give me an eye. You want to move away? I'll just put a little pressure on you. "Oh, give me an eye." Yeah, that was good, man. I'll back off a little bit. I'll reward that. I'll let you settle a little bit. But then it's like, it's like that lead mare. "Hey, what are you looking at?" No, I want you to go over there. That's fine. Yeah, I just wanted you to take a step. With whatever we do, we have to have a why. Like, why am I doing what I'm doing? I've been working with these horses sometimes, and I'm like, I'll start working and I'm doing something. I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, what am I trying to accomplish? And so this is something I kind of came up with like 3 years ago or so, working with the horse. We're just very calmly, just asking him to move his feet over, open the door, move your feet over a little bit. That's all I want. My why am I doing this is because I'm trying to speak his language. I am trying to treat him the way a lead mare would treat him. He wants to get kind of stuck right over there because that's the gate that goes out to his pen. So whenever he gets to that gate, he's going to turn his butt to me. And not the end of the world, but I'm just going to put a little bit of pressure on him when he does that so that he knows that's not the right answer. So I'll put my whip out in front of him, ask him to move over. There you go. And then I'll kind of back off. And I know he's going to do that, so we'll start putting a little pressure on him. And normally, um, I would use the other end. I'd be using that end of the round pen to do this. And I still will. But with what I'm doing with filming, it's a little bit more difficult. And we'll put a little pressure on him there. Nope, wrong answer. Step out in front. And I'm going to give him a release when he comes in towards me because that's kind of what I want him to do. I want to create a little bit of a draw, but not too much of a draw to where he thinks the answer is jumping on top of me. That's going to continue going the way he was going. Now we're going to stop you. And that's why I like using these long lunge whips. It's called a lunge whip, but we're not whipping the horse. I just want him to feel this all over his body. And so I'll just let him wear that around. And he'll say, no, time to stop. That was big. Look at him lick and chew. Take a couple of steps in. I'm gonna reward him by taking just a couple of steps back, but we're not going to get too much into that draw game because with some of these horses it can be dangerous. And so I just practice moving his feet so that he knows that I'm in charge. I'm the lead mare. Let's get his butt towards me. We'll fix that. So we keep working on stuff like this before I even worry about petting the horse. I don't really care about petting a horse, to be honest with you. Not right away. I care about kind of establishing some leadership.
Look what I found.
Oh, another perfect time for nose kisses.
I know. I told Sydney I'm just worried about nose kisses with him because the last time I went to put a first kiss on somebody, it was you and I got bit.
What? They're so cute.
You are adorable.
He doesn't look as sucked up today.
Here we go, Sydney. Here we go.
Oh, finally. Oh. First nose kissy for Nacho Bean.
I never thought I was going to kiss you on the nose. I haven't kissed a horse since I kissed Slick once.
You kissed Slick?
His hoof kissed me.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
I want to talk a little bit about introducing grain to your Mustangs. I haven't found a Mustang yet that just goes straight to grain. I take that back. Slick. And Slick went straight to grain. He's super food motivated. That may have been the grain. A friend of ours, Nara, was providing us with some grain from Hubbard Feeds, and all of those Mustangs went right to it. We haven't been able to get any of that grain from her yet this year, so I'm using a combination of a couple of other different grains on him. Well, that time of year, man, horsehair gets everywhere. It's always in my mouth. So anyway, I wanted to get him started on grain because, as you can tell in my videos, he's thin. So it kind of reminded me of my older brother when we were kids. My older brother hated tomato soup. And I remember once we had, Mom made us lunch, and it was tomato soup and I don't know, probably some other crappy sandwich that went along with it. And my brother sat there until 4 o'clock before he finally finished that tomato soup. He sat there for 4 hours. He wouldn't eat it. Kind of the same thing with these Mustangs. They don't really care for grain to start out with. They're not going to touch it. So what I do, and this is because my wife, this was her idea, not my idea. Things are rarely my idea. What I do is really limit his hay. So I bring him in here because he's stressed. I'll give him some hay for the first couple of days. But then after about day 3, that's what I did with him. Day 3, I gave him his grain and he wouldn't touch it. Day 4, wouldn't touch it. So he's sitting there with 8 pounds of grain in his feeder. So I really started limiting the hay, really cut him back a lot on his hay. Give him enough just to get something in his belly, but if you want to eat, you're going to have to eat that grain. And so he sniffed around the grain for probably 12 hours, and then he finally got hungry enough and he started eating it. And now he's a little grain crackhead. I give him his 4 pounds of grain a day. He digs in right away. So now I can give him 4 pounds of grain and unlimited alfalfa, and he just chows on it all. So that's a great way to get your horses started on grain. So hopefully that helps for some of you that are having issues getting weight on your horse and getting them to get the proper nutrients.